Howdy, folks. Kevin here. My thoughts on the newest Extracted episode, episode 7. I actually did take some notes on this one. I went back and looked at some of the old stuff, but unfortunately, my YouTube TV doesn't actually record the whole thing, even though it's supposed to. It records like 40 minutes, and half of it's one TV show, and half of it's the other. So I don't know why it does that, but it's doing it anyhow. Anyway, at the start of the episode, we had 6 people left, I think. Yeah, 6. Let's see, it was Woody, Ryan, Haley, Megan, Jacobin, and Jake. So 6 left at the beginning of the show. They said on the episode that they had just survived the coldest night so far in the woods and all that. But you know, a lot of them got they've got decent supplies. A couple of them don't have the best supplies. The girl Haley is still dying for a sleeping bag. She didn't have one. I haven't seen some stuff that I saw in earlier episodes. Woody, he got that bear skin at the beginning of the episode, and I don't think I've seen that again. So I don't know what he's doing with that. But anyhow, like I said, they said it was the coldest night so far that they had just endured. They got up in the morning, did their morning routine. There was a supply drop where they could get 2 items. So it was basically everybody got to go in and throw stuff in a dry bag, which tipped off a few of the folks packing. That wasn't a crate this time. It was dry bags, so something was up. And they were right. Something was up. I think they could grab any 2 items they wanted to out of the supply room and put in the dry bag. A lot of them got MREs. A lot of them got fuel for their little isobutane stoves or propane stoves, where they got. It looks like an isobutane canister to me that they're sending out there. But everybody keeps saying propane. So, we'll see. Let's see. I saw somebody get a tarp, but it was mostly food and fuel. You know, like cans of beans, MREs, that kind of stuff. And the deal was there was a challenge that they had to do, and it was basically a lake race. What they do, they sent this little watercraft out in the middle of the lake, and it had 2 dry bags on it. All right. So whoever you were racing, you got both dry bags if you want. But I'm getting a little ahead of myself. They didn't know this yet. They had them all directed to this little meadow down by the lake down there, and so everybody got to see each other, all the contestants, and they acted like it was the first time they met because they were introducing themselves to each other and doing all that kind of thing. So I don't know if they didn't get a chance to meet each other before episode 1 or what went on, but they acted like it was the first time they met, and they also got to see that there were only 6 of them left. So you know, they're all doing their thing, and back in the headquarters when they're doing their thing for the challenge, they basically had to pick who their survivalist was going to go against, and they had to agree on who the races were going to be. So we got 6 people left, 3 races head on head, head to head. Sorry. So it ended up being the 2 girls, Megan and Haley. They raced against each other, and then Jake and Ryan H, who I really think they're the younger guys, the stronger guys, and then Woody, the older guy, and Jacobin, the younger guy. And the only problem is Jacobin is the one who has problems getting in the water, and the object of the race was they had to swim out to this raft and claim both dry bags that were hanging out there. So basically, whoever won got double supplies, and whoever lost didn't get anything. So they all met up there, and they started the races and all those kind of things. The girls was a really tight race. They were neck and neck all the way out there. It looked to be probably 150, 200 yards maybe. Offshore is how far that raft was, but you know, you really can't tell because of camera angles and all those kind of things. So you don't know. But anyway, it was a pretty good little swim. I think it took them, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 minutes to swim out there. Maybe about that. The girls, they weren't swimming real fast, but they were evenly matched. And it ended up that Megan was the winner on that. And poor little Haley, she's been begging for a sleeping bag. She would have got a sleeping bag if she'd won, because that was in her bag. So basically, Megan got all hers and Haley's stuff. And then the two younger guys, Jake and Ryan, they had to race. And it was sad because back in headquarters, they acted like some cheating went on, but no cheating went on. The object was is you go to the shore, you get ready, and you're getting ready, and they blow the whistle when it's time to start the race. The one boy was still taking off his pants when the whistle blew, so the other boy got in the water ahead of him, and his support team acted like it was the worst thing in the world. And it's one of those. They told him to get ready, he wasn't ready. So sorry about your luck. But anyway, that thing went, and the guy, Jake, I think it was, won that. And anyway, he got 2 bags. And then Woody and Jacobin had to race. And when the whistle went off, they both got in the water. But Jacobin, I don't know, he probably didn't even make it 15 yards and turned around and went back because he didn't like the water. He said he didn't want to be cold. He didn't want to be in the water. Those kind of things. And basically, he gave the race away. So Woody, the old guy, who I'm going for because he's the old guy, and I'm the old guy, he ended up getting 2 bags. Well, they all, after they got done with the race, they all went back to camp and unpacked their bags on camera to see what everybody got. And Woody had been complaining about food, and he made out because both his support team and Jacobin's support team thought that food was the way to go, so they packed food in the bags. So it was pretty good. And the other one, Jake, I think it was. Was it Jake or Ryan? Ryan. It was Ryan that won, I believe. Maybe. I don't know. Whoever won that one, he got a saw and he got some food and he got all kinds of stuff. And I think he might have got a tarp. I don't remember. Anyhow, it was a head-to-head race to win supplies. Now, the next supply drop, they sent them all back there, and it was one item. They got to get one item out of the supply room, and then they had to come back to the control room. And then they basically had to cut each other's survivalists out because only one bag was going to go out. So it ended up that I think Ryan H. was the one who got a bag or something. He got supplies, and nobody else got anything. All right. So the way they did that is they stacked all their crates in a little circle in a spot, and they got out there one at a time to get it. So they didn't know who was getting what, or that they weren't the only ones with an empty box. But it was everybody got an empty box except the one guy. And the sad thing is he didn't immediately go, well, I'm really happy about this, and kind of miffed them in the control room. But they've got to remember, these guys have been out there for days or weeks or what, with limited supplies, limited food, limited sleep, limited all that stuff. Their brains ain't working right anymore. We see this at some of the higher level survival classes at the school, where it don't take long for your brain to start operating in a different way without food and water and sleep and all those kind of things that you're normally used to getting. So I wasn't too surprised when he didn't go, oh, joy, that kind of thing. He was unhappy with what he got because he really kind of needed something else. But as it was, he got something. Now, the younger boy, Jacobin, he just basically gave up the race and went back to shore, and kind of miffed his support team. And but basically, if you quit, you're the one who quit. You're the one who they go out and haul out instead of you walking out in a real situation. But anyhow, he started out the next morning like he had recovered from his despair, but then went right back into it. So his team ended up extracting him. So, and then there were 5. Haley's support team act like they're doing really bad, and she's out there doing yoga in the morning and eating berries. Now, she's not getting a lot, but she's got enough energy to go out there and sit on a log and do yoga. So, good on her. I've been telling y'all, she's a dark horse in this competition. She's in striking distance, but we'll see what happens. Because basically the whole show has become about the support team interaction. And sadly, a lot of them think they've got it harder than the guys laying out on the ground. And I've said that before. So, that's basically it. They ended the episode with a teaser for next episode of them dropping a big raft out in the middle of the lake off a helicopter with a box on the middle of it. So I have a hunch we're going in the water again. And they also hinted that folks might be losing stuff in the next episode. Losing things they already have. So, that's where we're at. We started with 12, we're down to 5. Jacobin was gone in this last episode. So it's Woody, Ryan, Haley, Megan, and Jake. Woody, Ryan, Haley, Megan, and Jake. That's who we got left. Thoughts in the comments. Talk to y'all later. Bye.